Welcome to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Reed, joined by my lovely, talented Atlanta Braves supporting wife. You got the shirt and the hat on today.
This is my most Cinco de Mayo
outfit. Yeah, it goes right with it. Cinco de Mayo. Heck yeah.
That's
Los Bravos.
Los Bravos.
Los Bravos. Love it. Love it. You ready for some margaritas?
Yeah, so...
it's that day. I don't even know, I doubt anybody in Mexico celebrates Cinco de Mayo.
I don't think they do.
It's just an excuse for them to sell margaritas and cheese dips and Corona beer.
I'm behind it.
I mean, it's probably I would imagine the Hispanic people that run the restaurants hate it. Well, I don't know. They make a lot of money.
I was going to say.
But we rode by this morning taking Michael to school. La Siesta, our favorite local watering hole establishment.
Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, they had caution tape out, had blocked out part of the parking lot because they bring out tables, and it's crazy. Last year we went to, which one we go to? We didn't go to La Siesta because they had a band at Mi Pueblo, I think it was.
And it was going to be a good time.
Oh, it was miserable. You couldn't get service. I said, I'll never go back. I'm a La Siesta man.
No.
I knew better than not to go to La Siesta. I don't even know why I did. The band was good.
I left the Mexican restaurant, walked down the street, bought us this 18-pack of beer.
I don't even know if you're supposed to do that.
And brought it into
Passed it over the fence. Don't tell on us. It's not bring your own. That's right. We couldn't get any service.
They were so busy, they were so short-staffed.
Yeah, 5 servers to 300 people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was not working. I won't be back there tonight.
That's when we decided to just do it here at the office at lunch.
We're having an inter-office margarita contest. We're having La Siesta brought in for lunch. You got the nacho machine. It ain't even heating up. Is it heating up yet?
It does not take the nacho machine, right?
I forgot about the nacho machine. I'm so excited now.
That's what Cinco Grado.
I really don't think nachos are part of Cinco de Mayo.
They are at How to Barbecue Right. Any excuse you can get to heat the nacho machine up.
That's kind of what I try to build all our.
You know how some
events
offices
around.
have popcorn machines? We just got nachos. Whenever we're open, we just need to have nachos going. We need a chip warmer, to keep the tortillas warm and the nacho bar beside it.
We have a hot dog machine too, and once I get my frozen
Full on
machine,
concession. It's a straight concession. Once you get your frozen,
we're gonna be wrong.
your rosé frozen machine.
So, what margarita are you doing today?
I'm going all out. I went real hard on this one. I went straight. It's my version of a Sonic Cherry Limeade with tequila. I'm not doing anything crazy. I didn't spend any time on it. Actually, it's more. So I got to looking at it. I was like, well, I could go to Sonic and buy a Cherry Limeade, but it's going to be watered down.
Yeah.
If I ordered it with ice. And I said, I'm going to look up a recipe and see what they say. And everything I saw was stuff I didn't want to do. I was like, that don't sound right,
Yeah.
So I went
To
with
make
the
a-
bullfrog recipe, which is like a limeade drink.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a lemon lime.
It's a lime concentrate, a lemon concentrate, Sprite, and vodka. Well, I took out the vodka. I'm adding tequila. And I added a jar of Marciano cherries. And then I'm also going to supplement a little bit of grenadine in there just for a little fortify that cherry flavor. And I'm going to cut up some limes to go in it too. So
So, is it going to be kind of a pinky?
yeah. It's going to be more, it's not going to be bright cherry red. It's going to be kind of almost, colored Sonic Cherry Limeade. Have you ever seen Sonic Cherry Limeade? That's what it's going to look like. I made up a glass last night at the house. It was pretty damn good. It's like, well, it's definitely not a traditional margarita, but it's pretty tasty in my book.
There were no rules.
No, there's no rules. The only rules was you had to fill up a pitcher, right?
Yeah. So the deal is we're going to all fill up a 64-ounce pitcher and self-serve and self-judge. So that's the thing. Everybody's asking, can you vote for yourself? But it's private judging. Nobody knows whether you're voting for
So
yourself.
the time
or
you
not.
drink 8 margaritas,
I expect.
are they just tastings, or can you
I'm
get
going to get those little wine glasses, like when you go to
just a little serving sample.
a punch glass, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can decide how much to pour in that.
Everybody's using the same tequila.
Yeah, we supply.
I went to the liquor store, and whichever one they had, 8 bottles of. I said, all right, I'll take that one.
And I was like,
Man, tequilas, and there's a lot of the liquors are in short supply. It seems like in Mississippi, or you'll go for one brand, and they may have some other stuff, but They had, was it Cazadore? This is George Clooney one, the one I found.
Yeah.
He had like a case of it. I said, all right, I'll take 8 of those.
That guy was selling us on that.
100% agave. hottest. What did he say is the hottest tequila on TikTok?
Yeah.
Not because it tastes the best.
I was about to say that. I saw it on TikTok
Yeah.
yesterday. So
He said something about the reason why it's not because of George Clooney and I forget who else is his part of
Cindy Crawford's
Yeah, I think it was
husband
or
or
something
something.
like that.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, they were, whoever they weren't anything special on their TikToks with it, but they said this other guy like got it and said, this is good. Look, it's got numbers on it. It's got all this stuff, and it become this TikTok thing. And I've seen it on there too. So I said, well, why not? It can't be bad.
I'm doing a strawberry margarita.
I saw you working the food processor last night.
That's all I've done so far is process some strawberries. Made my strawberry puree.
And then froze it.
Yeah. I have not tried this recipe. It is a strawberry margarita punch.
Okay.
It's got strawberry soda in it.
nice.
It's not like a traditional margarita
like
at
Fanta?
all. Yeah.
Is it Fanta strawberry soda?
I was like, can't be wrong.
Is it are you gonna put like Grand Marnier in it?
Yeah, little Grand Marnier, a little tequila, obviously, some Sprite, strawberry soda,
And
a
strawberry puree,
limeade concentrate.
and a limeade concentrate.
Yeah,
But maybe that limeade concentrate's the key.
I think so. We're gonna win it all. Are you entering, Tyler?
I am.
What are you doing?
I went blueberry lemonade margarita.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that sounds good.
I was really having
Have
trouble.
you tried
coming
it
up.
before, or is this just like something
This is a
concoction?
This is just happening.
Yeah, it's just happening.
Can't be bad.
That's where I'm at. It's just
That's why I said it
happening.
can't be bad.
I found a few recipes on TikTok and was like, okay, yeah, okay. And like I kind of combined a couple in my head, and so we're going for it. Can't be bad though.
We're ordering
excited.
tacos from La Siesta.
Yeah.
Tacos, nacho machine, margaritas. It's gonna be a great day.
Best day ever.
Yesterday was May the 4th. Y'all did a little video real quick.
Tyler threw the good one together. I was using the force on that big porterhouse steak. Pulled it up off the board to my hand and cut it up with my lightsaber knife.
I just want y'all to know I learned how to do that in a day.
A day.
In a day. I learned after.
That was completely rushed out. Tyler's like, we ought to do
y'all-
something for May the 4th.
Y'all filmed that yesterday afternoon, so
Yeah. And it released that afternoon, didn't it?
I got back here at 2:00. I had already watched the video once, so I was like, I feel pretty strong. It's pretty easy. And then, it didn't look the greatest. It looked pretty good. I feel like it
Yeah.
for my first rendezvous, but
And just grabbing it on the phone.
yeah, it was fun.
it was. I enjoyed it.
You also did a margarita.
I did. So I don't know if everybody's seen this. It's another one of them things I saw on TikTok. Flamin' hot Mountain Dew. And the stuff by itself, I do not recommend it.
Just
But-
the flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Yeah, who's going to sit around and drink that? It just burns the back of your throat. I mean,
Did
I
Michael
swear-
drink it?
yeah, he didn't even like it. It's a kid that wouldn't
Yeah.
even drink. I mean, Mountain Dew's going out on a limb there.
Yeah.
But but it got me thinking, what if I make a margarita with it? And so I did for TikTok. Now, I didn't do it in the margarita contest. It wouldn't have been a bad one to do in the margarita contest.
So how'd you make it?
I started
Because
with
we've tried the margarita and tequila. I mean,
Mountain Dew.
the Mountain-
Regular Mountain Dew and tequila sucks. I don't know. Some kind of chemical reaction goes on, but it is like one of the worst tasting things you could ever try. Just straight. I'm talking about Mountain Dew, tequila. It's horrible. It's horrible.
it brings out the worst flavors in both.
Yeah, it does. It really does. But this, so it's kind of orange looking. I mixed it with some lime juice. Like I took fresh squeezed lime, squeezed it in a glass, some pineapple juice, a little bit more simple syrup, and then the Mountain Dew and the tequila. And that was it. And I shook it up and strained it over some ice, and it was pretty good.
Did you ram the glass and everything?
I didn't for the TikTok. You could, if you wanted to get fancy with it, you could have.
I'm doing some
Remember-
Cheeto dust.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have did something like sour candy crushed up or something.
Oh, yeah.
But so it reminded me of you've had like a spicy jalapeno margarita
Yeah.
or
And I like those.
yeah.
It's not something you
So
can
it's
lay
kind of
with.
like that without a jalapeno flavor. You still got a little bit of the burn, but it wouldn't like hurt your throat.
Yeah.
Now, the stuff can't be good for you. Just the orange mouth. I mean, Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew cannot be good for you. It's got all the bad stuff, I'm sure, in it. Like I don't even know if they can sell it in the state of California. It's probably got restrictions up there. Certain foreign countries, it's not allowed. Mississippi, they don't care. Kroger's got it.
You can get illegal drugs, but not that Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew.
Heck no.
Or fireworks.
Fireworks, yeah. Mississippi, you can. You got fireworks and Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. With all the extra, I don't know, red number 3, yellow number 7, whatever it is. All the bad ones. But it's not, I mean, I'll tell you, I say try it.
I thought it was really good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, like I would.
The margarita or the drink?
The margarita. I didn't try the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew by itself.
On its own, yeah.
I noticed they sold 12 packs, which is a little dangerous. Like,
I did see that at Kroger. Yeah, they had it in 12-pack cans. You should get some of that from Memphis In May.
Just for fun, yeah. Maybe.
Make people shotgun them.
Well, we bought our booze for Memphis In May like yesterday when we bought the tequila.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the guy was so happy because we bought all the tequila for this contest, and then we bought all the booze for Memphis In May. He was so happy with us. He gave us a bunch of these little.
I never had a liquor store do that.
Ever.
I guess it was because we bought $700 worth of stuff. He's like, I'm giving you a discount, and look, I'm going to throw in all this other stuff. I was like, man, what'd you rip me off? I didn't look at the prices too close, but I know you ever had them just give you free stuff at the liquor store?
Ever.
He brought out like all these little airplane bottles. He's like, this one's good. You get it cold, and it's kind of vanilla-y. And this one's sour, and he was like, it was like sleeves of them. I was like, I'm going back to that store.
Did y'all go to some hole in the wall?
That's one over by Kroger.
Oh, they're awesome. I love them.
Yeah, right beside Mr. Chin's.
Yeah.
What's the name of that? Do you even know? It just says liquor.
I think it's
Hernando
Wine and Spirits or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, Hernando Wine and Spirits. I recommend going there and checking it out. If you buy enough, they're just going to start giving you stuff. Don't watch. The people are going to go in there. It's like, man, where's my free?
Where's my free shooters? Yeah.
But he had this like big, I don't know, it was like a, what do you call it? It's brought by the register, and it's all these different buckets of all these little bottles. I guess a lot of people buy those little bottles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So supposedly he said throw them in the bottom of your cooler.
Let them get ice cold.
And shoot them. It's kind of like y'all do.
Some of it was like
fireballs.
the 99. I think the 99s, like we used the 99 bananas in the brand before, in a drink before. Some of it was that. I didn't look close at them. Was there in boxes in the car? But
they're in the trailer now.
Oh, they're in the trailer now?
Yeah.
It sounds like my wedding day. They bought like a bunch of these 99 things and then just poured them all these different flavors into my flask. And it's like the weirdest tasting thing I've ever had in my life.
And that stuff's like 99 proof, so it's.
Yeah,
How'd you do that?
Oh,
day?
I was there. I definitely cried when she walked down the aisle. That's all I needed.
Talking about Flamin' Hot, you did Flamin' Hot wings, Flamin' Hot Cheeto wings.
Those were good.
Those were really good.
I was surprised. I was like, I mean,
you
TikTok,
did it for TikTok,
I play with stuff.
Yeah.
So I do some over the top stuff or stuff that I wouldn't do on a regular basis, not like a big recipe. But I would do the Flamin' Hot Cheetos again, and it makes a good breading.
I was really surprised because they kind of have a funny color to them when they get done cooking.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not a bad color; it's just red.
It's flaming red.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I took a bag of the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, the crunchy ones, not the poofs. I guess you could do it with poofs. I don't know.
I think you get more surface area with the crunchies.
Yeah, but and it makes more of like a breading. So we run them through the food processor. You could have put them in a bag and just pounded them out to where they're just kind of in the crumbs. That's what you want. You don't want big chunks in there. And then because I really like the crispy wings on the grill where I do it with the Parmesan cheese and a little, cornstarch and bacon powder and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I left out it didn't need it because inside I looked on the back of the Cheetos and it's like cornmeal. It's got all the stuff that I would put in that bread. So I said, this is probably going to work. And so I mixed Parmesan cheese equal parts with the Flamin' Hot. And I saved some of that Flamin' Hot dust because I had an idea to make a dressing, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I put them in a Ziploc bag, seasoned those wings, and I did drums and flats. I didn't do a whole wing. You could do a whole wing with it, but I cut them into drums and flats, hit them with the AP, let them air dry a little bit on the rack, and then put them in the bag of the Parm and the Flamin' Hot dust.
Do you think it was 50-50?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like a cup of each. Which when you put it in there, it looks like it's not probably going to be enough, but it was way more than enough. Mm-hmm. Just move it around, close the bag up, throw it around, make sure they're all coated. Take them out of the bag, shake the excess off, and lay them back on a tray, then go to the grill, 400 degrees. Tyler, was it 50 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
It was 45, 50 minutes.
Less than you normally do.
Yeah, normally a whole wing, it takes about an hour and 5, hour and 10, something like that. These, I let go 45, 50. And we looked at them, and I was going until the texture got right on the outside. And we probed them, and they were like 195, 200, some of them. And I was like, ooh, these are right. So we took them off the grill and just let them hang out. I mean, there wasn't nothing to it. And then I was super easy for a different wing. Now, Tyler, you said there's a restaurant that's serving those.
Yeah,
right?
so it's one of those ghost kitchens that you can order on like DoorDash or whatever. Yeah. And I want to say it's called Cosmic Wings, I think.
They have a Flamin' Hot wing?
Yeah, they do like regular Cheetos, Flamin' Hot, extra Flamin' Hot, like tons of different flavors. But
I needed to make a cheese sauce, like to dip them in or to drizzle over them or something.
I don't know. It's just like the plain ranch.
You just like crunchy wing.
Yeah.
With the ranch on the side. My idea was I'm going to take that leftover Flamin' Hot dust and I'm going to make a homemade ranch with it. And it's going to be this, fiery,
delicious
seasoned ranch with the kicked up, flamed up flavor.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
So I had probably about, half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of that dust left over. And I took a cup of sour cream, cup of mayonnaise, ranch packet, mixed it all up, added that 3/4 of a cup of Flamin' Hot dust and stirred it up. And right away, it didn't look right.
You were hoping it would come together.
Yeah, I was hoping it would put it in the fridge and it's going to come together. Well, it was thick. I mean, it was. You like a wing dip. If I'm dipping wings, I don't want it to be like a runny ranch.
Yeah.
I want one that you can dip and the ranch stays on the wing. So I got it stirred up and I said, well, we'll let it rest an hour because those flavors need to come together. And it was kind of a weird, I don't know, the color just wasn't what I was imagining.
It looked like strawberry.
Like pinkish green almost to me.
And then,
it looked like strawberry filling for a cake.
When it sit, it turned into like a Jell-O mold. It was the weirdest thing.
It was frothy.
It was like a mousse pudding, firm. Like you stick a spoon in it and it wouldn't stir. It would just sit straight up, and it would make that. Every time you tried to stir it, I said, "Hold on a minute, something ain't right." and then I tasted it. Oh man, it was horrendous. It had this weird. I don't know. It had to be like all that cornmeal or whatever's in the Cheeto does not go in like a sauce. It does not equate. Like it just
no liquid.
It turned it. I mean, it was like going to turn it in. I believe if you let it sit overnight, it'd be concrete. It would have set hard enough to make a footing with. Because it just kept getting thicker and thicker. And so we left it out on the counter. Michael came home from school and he was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead and try it, son. Get you a spoon of it."
He wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Oh man. I tried it. It was gaggable.
You know how in horror,
it was not good.
In like a horror movie, there's always some scientist in a lab got some goo that's bubbling over there.
Like the goo.
Yeah.
Bubbling goo. Frankenstein's goo. I do not recommend that. Don't try that.
But I will say those Flamin' Hot Cheetos were way better than I expected them.
Yeah.
They had a lot of flavor.
You don't even like Flamin' Hot stuff.
I don't. I want you to do it with regular Cheetos now.
Oh, yeah. You could.
Yeah. That would be really good.
I've got an idea to do a casserole when they've cut the Flamin' Hot mac and cheese boxes. I said, that'll be a TikTok. just straight make it by the box and then add all the stuff I want to do, turn it into a casserole, crumble up, do some more stuff with it. See how far I can take the
At this point, we need to start hashtag Flamin' Hot TikTok.
Yeah, Flamin' Hot TikTok.
Keep them rolling out.
They're doing it with like chips and all kinds of stuff now. I think like LeBron James has a Flamin' Hot chip, and
they have
KG have one. I mean,
Flamin' Hot Doritos, like the Cool Ranch Flamin' Hot, and the regular nacho cheese Flamin' Hot.
Funyuns. It's got to be a kid thing. Like,
yeah.
I don't mind the Flamin' Hot
you
Cheetos.
Like the Flamin' Hot
I will
Cheetos.
eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Yeah. You can't eat like a bag of them. It can't be good for your insides.
No, I know for a fact it isn't. I bought some for Michael when he had a sleepover, and him and those little boys ate the whole bag of the little individual
fun size.
Yeah. And the next day, Michael had a bad situation.
It's not good for the guts.
It's not good for the gut. Yeah, I feel bad. I sent all those little kids home with the
They ate 10 bags of Flamin' Hot Cheetos apiece, all varieties.
I will not make that mistake again.
Drink that and a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper each, and they're good to go. Can't go back to the reeds. I know how to prevent these sleepovers. Oh, sure, they come over. I got them.
You would do that, would you?
No. Love it when a bunch of kids come to my house and make noise all night. Trample around. It's great.
It's better than it used to be. As they're getting older, the sleepovers are getting better.
Yeah. They just don't sleep. They just stay up all
Yeah.
night.
But yeah, I like those wings a lot. This past week, you wrapped up a 4-part series with Greg Rempe.
Yeah. So every Tuesday, man, have I been doing this for 3 or 4 years with Greg? 3 years,
Wow.
I think. The first Tuesday
Were you
of
doing it
every
during
month.
the pandemic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And we talked about like this year and we kicked it off. He's like, man, you want to do like a 4-part series? I think our first one was in February. We did like brisket, pork butt, chicken, and this one was ribs. We wrapped it up with ribs this month. And we just talk, I do a segment on there where we talk about not competition-wise stuff. I mean, I always loosely relate my stuff to some competition, but mainly it's backyard style or what I like to cook, and that's what that's about. So if you go back, I'm pretty sure he archives, like you can go back to the Barbecue Central show and go back or on his YouTube and watch all those. So they're there if anybody's interested in going and seeing what we talked about. Going like the next one, I don't know if we're going to get into the like straight up competition side of the big 4 meats or what. We'll
Y'all could go into burgers,
we do all kinds of
wings,
stuff.
steaks.
We talk. I mean, Greg always comes up with good topics too.
Yeah. What did you call him today? The hardest working man
And barbecue
radio.
yeah, barbecue radio. Heck yeah.
So this week we had a friend whose son was diagnosed with that red meat allergy.
Oh man, the tick disease, what I call
Tick
it.
disease, yeah.
I've got a fear of getting that.
I've known a lot of people that come to.
How many can you
It's
imagine?
more and more
That would be horrible.
common, yeah.
You get bit by a tick, which in Mississippi is real common. I get them. I mean, usually if I find one on me, I start panicking, start hollering for you, and you come in with a little tick device and get it off. But because I don't, man, could you imagine if that happened? If I got that disease, it'd like ruin my life. I love to eat steak and pork. I mean, you can only eat non-mammals, so that limits you to
But it's not
poultry
even that.
and fish.
But it's not even that. It's like you can't have anything fried in animal fat. You can't have dairy. You got to be careful
Can you eat
about.
cheese anymore?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Holy smokes!
You can't like some turkey sausage. You have to be careful because the casings are.
Oh yeah.
It's like a lot more than just turning
I
down.
guess
a
it
steak.
causes like hives and
Yeah,
anaphylactic shock
It
where
can,
you could
yeah.
cut your airways swell up and you can't breathe.
yeah,
You have to get have to keep an EpiPen on you.
yeah,
It's like a peanut butter allergy except for meat.
yeah.
Delicious meat.
I know. I can deal with peanuts.
We're gonna have to get to the bottom of this, eradicate these ticks. I want to know who unleashed them on us. What vegan put them? Vegan scientists figured that out, and turned them loose on the populace. I have been to a tick study. Like we were riding side by sides over in Arkansas, and there was these signs up, and there had ticks on them. I'm like, what the heck's this? We pulled up, and it was like a tick study area. They had done dedicated like someone. And I was like, do they think they turned them loose and seeing how they thrive in there? Are they just trying to get like a per count some kind of way? But
Maybe
They were in cages, or
I didn't go off in there looking. I just saw the beware ticks on the sign.
that's all you got.
It might have been a dope farm. I don't know. That seems like a good way to keep people out to me. You put these ticks. Maybe that now in hindsight, there's no telling what was going on up in there.
You have more
but it
questions.
said a tick study.
Yeah.
So I was like, could have said venomous snakes. I still wouldn't have went. I just rode by on the road and saw it and slowed down and looked, and that's what it was. You read the fine print on the sign. Caution. I mean, don't.
You sped up.
Yeah, I got out of there. I mean, how you gonna keep some ticks in? It ain't like you put up a tick fence.
I know.
I mean, if they're in there, they're coming out. So I was like, man, we're just staying cabins down by the river, not too far from there.
Maybe they're trying to introduce one that will like eradicate.
I
those
hope
ones.
so. I hope that's what it is. I hope they're trying to figure out how to stop that disease. But what's it actually called? Did you look up like the technical scientific name?
Alpha gal allergy.
Alpha
dash gal GAL allergy.
Well,
or it's commonly called a red meat allergy.
Yeah. I do not want to get that.
And they're still not sure exactly which tick it is. They think it might be a Texas Lone Star. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. And maybe that's where it came from. But, I mean, we deer hunt a lot. And early in the season, they are covered in ticks. So it makes it, and whenever I see it, I'm like, man, that creeps me out. The Repel, the green can with the 1,000%, whatever they can put on the DEET that it can kill you. I use that, and I'm offsetting my days. It's like, is the DEET going to get me, or the ticks and mosquitoes going to get me? I don't know, but I'll take my chances with the spray.
But you use it for mosquitoes. You use it for everything.
It does keep ticks off, for real. Like, I spray my boots, spray my pant legs. If I know I'm going to be out somewhere chances are, if I'm fishing or in the woods or something, or just in a field, I mean, shooting guns, you can get ticks on you easy. I hadn't found any yard. We keep it sprayed pretty good.
Don't kill possums.
Or guineas.
We don't have any guineas, but we can get some.
I try not to kill possums. I used to not care about possums. They were kind of creep me out a little, but now I'm like, man, they're pretty good little animals. They eat ticks.
I think they eat like 3,000 a year per possum or something.
Trade Minnie in for a possum. She don't eat that many.
No, she doesn't contribute at all. We get so busy talking.
At least if I got a pet possum, I can name Polly or something like that. They can go around with me, just about tick man,
hanging on your shoulder.
There is a guy on TikTok that's got a pet possum. He takes it places. They just look so greasy. Have you ever noticed? I don't know if if it's just like, I don't know
and they
why.
hiss at you. Yeah. I don't know. I could deal with a pet possum. I could do that.
If you know he's going to keep you from getting tick disease. And he'd eat your scraps. So I don't know how easy they are to train, though.
Part medicine, part vacuum.
That's right.
We got so busy talking about the Margarita contest, we forgot to talk about a few things up front.
Oh, yeah. The big one is we're kicking off our Palmer home.
Yes.
Feed a family.
If you go to howtobbqright.com/Palmer, PALMER, we're kicking off our campaign starting Memorial Day, go into Labor Day.
We still got a few weeks before it kicks off.
Yeah.
We're just starting to talk about it.
Yeah, we're just starting to talk about it. I just want to kind of start getting it out there.
So the way it's going to work, just like last year, where you can donate or you can start up your own little group to donate, and whoever the top 5 people that raise the most money coming in for a little VIP pig picking experience this year.
Yep.
We'll cook a hog and have fun, hang out.
George Strait's coming.
I
Also,
gotta find me a new country guy that might come.
Let's set our sights a little lower. No, we're going.
I doubt George is gonna make it. I really doubt it.
Brantley Gilbert's gonna be here.
Gilbert Strait. Maybe there's a George Strait impersonator, like Little Ozzy or Little George. That would be a good one. Like Memphis in May. Y'all see on Wednesday night they're gonna have Little Ozzy, and I'm thinking it's like a little person,
I know it is.
Ozzy Osbourne impersonator. We could get a Little George.
But it's another little impersonator too. I think you got an Aussie one, and then you got like a.
No, that's a regular. It's I think it's like they're a band, but they're like almost Elton John.
Almost Elton John. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that meant.
There is a little Kiss group that dresses up, full makeup, Gene Simmons tongue and everything. That does all Kiss's tunes.
If there's a
if you're into that,
if there's a Joe Exotic impersonator, there's got to be.
Oh, there is
George Strait.
There is a Joe Exotic too. I've seen that guy on TikTok. TikTok's got everybody, all the weirdos.
It's like Walmart.
That's why I'm on
12.
there.
This weekend on Saturday, Cooking with Cornbread's happening here at the shop.
That's going to be. You want to learn how to make some first place wing contest wings, or you just want to try some good wings? Come by the shop from I think it's 11 to 1.
Yes,
2 hours. He's going to be out there doing demos outside, firing the grills up, and cooking some really good wings.
And I think they're giving away a door prize.
Okay.
Some really cool door prizes.
Yeah, imagine it's all this. That's my suggestion was whatever he's using to make his wings.
Yeah.
Let's give away some of those products. But the weather's going to be good. Man, have you seen the weather for the next week? It's going to warm up here in the Memphis area. We're looking at mid-90s next week.
Yeah.
No rain, hopefully, no storms.
This is the first time we've hit mid-90s around here.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, this year. And it's got to be Memphis in May week.
Yep.
I was hoping for 75.
Yeah, that ain't happening. That's going to be the low. It's going to be fun, yeah.
Grizzlies stomp Golden State.
I laid that out there. I made that prediction last week. It was going to be over in Game 6. You could have made easy money on it, and I think they were catching a point. They beat them by 7, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
was easy money.
Every single game we've been in recently has been right down to the wire, right down to the last few plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's been intense.
Hey, they've got a good one going on with Golden State now. After that first game, I was like, man, that was their game to win. They kind of let it slip away by 1 point. And then the second game, it was like, I felt like it's a must win because you didn't want to leave home down 2. So they won that. Golden State, I don't know if they know it or not, but they're in for a fight with the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies do not stop.
Grit and grind.
They are, that's that. They got that Memphis in them. That's what it is. Nobody gives them a chance. It's just fighting. There ain't no gimme wins. You got to earn every one of them. And Ja is incredible.
Nuts. Absolutely crazy.
If y'all haven't watched him play yet, man, you need to tune in just to see the Ja show. It's
pretty impressive. I don't even know what I'm watching half the time, but it's still pretty impressive. Yeah.
I never, I've watched NBA basketball before, college basketball. Never been like a huge fan, really, until the Grizzlies came to Memphis. And man, it's fun. It's way more fun in person than it is just watching it on TV.
It's the most intense game to sit there because it's always constantly back and forth. Kind of same as hockey, I would say. I just know less about that sport.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, it's cool.
I wouldn't want to sit courtside, I don't think. That's a little too intense.
Yeah, where the ball could pop.
Yeah. That's in there.
I would.
At the game on Tuesday.
I mean, if somebody, gave me something.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some.
If Usher invited you to join him,
I think it was Jaren Jackson Jr. fell on 2 camera guys. They were sitting on the floor at courtside like this, and there was a huge player, whatever. A bunch of players fell, and he fell straight into them.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Squished them. If they beat Golden State, who will they play the next round? Potentially.
I couldn't find
Phoenix.
That. Okay.
Yep.
I would guess. That'll be conference final on for the West. So
there's a lot of tied games right now, like just in terms of round 2. Like the Celtics played really well their second game, lost the first one. So
it's going to be interesting. They play tomorrow night, Golden State, or is it Saturday?
I think they're waiting. I think it's all the way till Saturday.
Okay, might be.
Saturday, then they play Monday, and then they'll come back home.
Man, that's going to be right in the middle of Memphis in May. They play because they're guaranteed they're going to play one more game in Memphis.
Yep. So that could be the last game of the season, hypothetically. Let's hope not. But
so they haven't set a time for Saturday?
I think it's 7:30 on Saturday night, I believe.
Yep. This Saturday.
Yeah.
The first home game
after the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, this Saturday.
Watch the Derby and then watch Memphis go to Golden State and beat them out there.
You putting money on the Derby?
I don't know anything. No, the 5 horse. Whoever's running 5, that's who's got my money. 5 or 10. That's like 20. What's a 20 horse field for the Derby, and it seems like I don't know what it is. Like you wanted a horse in the middle somewhere, and I don't know anything about what horse to bet on or anything. Yeah. I usually just pick out some numbers, but I like that 5 spot. And I like the 10 spot. So we'll see who's running in those, and that's who's going to get my bets.
You won last year. I mean, we went to like a fundraiser type deal.
Yeah. It's a Derby
and it was a raffle thing.
Yeah, for charity. What was that for? What group? It was for the Junior League of Hernando.
Yeah, and they do a lot of things around town.
Yeah, the community.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm going back this year, got me some new Tacova boots I'm going to step out in. Got them zips on them. Fresh jeans. Nice shirt. I might even throw a hat on.
You wore a hat last year.
You got to. It's a Derby day.
Yeah. But last year you
drank some juleps.
You didn't win money, but we won a big bag of bourbon.
Booze. Yeah. It's like 5 or 6 different bourbons.
Yeah, one of them was Blanton's too.
Yeah, there's a bottle of Blanton's in there. There's some good stuff in there.
We woke up the next day and we're like, did we get that?
Yeah, at that point I didn't even remember. Is that bad? And they run the Derby at like 5:30. It ain't like it's night. So to carry it through that Grizzlies game, Saturday's gonna be a wild ride.
Well, We'll watch it from La Siesta.
There you go.
After the Derby. Have you seen hot dog burn-ins?
No.
Have you not?
Hot dog burn-ins.
Have you seen hot dog burn-ins?
Yes, I have.
Is it where, just take hot dogs, put rub on them, put them on the pit, and then toss them in sauce? I can't imagine. That's what I would do with them, but.
This one guy rubbed them down with mayonnaise and mustard.
What?
And then rubbed them.
Yeah. Then put the rub.
I guess that was his binder, but he went thick.
Yeah.
And then he smoked them, cubed them.
They swell up or how they look? I just imagine, an overcooked hot dog, it's got a point where it's going dry.
Yeah, I agree.
Like shriveling.
I'm very curious.
They looked good, the one I saw anyways. But
like
I've done bologna burn-ins, like cut them up in cubes.
And those are delicious.
They are good. What's the difference? It's
not much.
There ain't a whole lot of difference.
One's in tube form. Yeah.
Just smaller, I guess.
Yeah. I'm still curious. I'd like for you to. How would you do them if you were going to cook
hot dog burn-ins?
Do you cube them pre-smoke or do you cube them
No, you chunk them up.
Go ahead and chunk them up.
Chunk them up. Yeah, that's what I would do. Bite-sized pieces of hot dog,
and then smoke them.
Like I was going, yeah,
and then sauce them.
Yeah, I'd put them in a pan after I got some bark on them. Like let that crust develop. Throw them in a pan, cover them in sauce. Let them get all sticky. Probably put some brown sugar in there. Put some honey and some butter. Like I was making pork belly burn-ins or brisket burn-ins. It can't be bad as long as you don't let them get too dry.
I'm really curious. I'd like
Little Smokies would probably work in that case too.
Yeah.
That's kind of what crockpot Little Smokies are. I've done Little Smokies in them. They don't really get that. I never put rub all over them.
Yeah,
like
we've never let them build a bark.
Smoked and put them in sauce, but
I'm wondering, will hot dogs make that bark?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, because they're already kind of slick on the outside.
I just don't know.
I feel like you could at any point just wipe it off.
If it would stick to it.
Yeah,
it's interesting, I guess.
You picked up 2 pork bellies at Kroger this week.
I did, and I was shocked to see them. I was, when I go to Kroger, I always make that loop through the meat section, and when I was getting some porterhouse steaks from my buddy Steve, the butcher there, and I noticed they had, like, over by the ribs, they had some little small sections, and I was like, that looks like pork belly, but it looked like it still had some of the spare rib over the top of it, so I didn't know if they cut down some ribs and just had, I don't know if it had the belly attached, but I didn't say anything, but I got to looking as I went down through, past the beef to the pork, they had 2 bellies laid there, and it was like, most of the time you buy a pork belly, it's huge.
Yeah,
it's it's the whole pork belly. Well, this was like halves. They're cryovac up. They didn't say what brand it was.
It was a very manageable piece of pork
belly. It's exactly what you would want to do. Like if I buy them, I usually split them and do separate things with them or put half of it up for something later. But I jumped on them. They were like $20 each.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's fairly expensive. I don't know.
Sounds cheap to me.
But I got some plans for them. So
what are your plans?
I'm going to do some. I hadn't done a TikTok on pork belly burn-ins.
Yeah.
I hadn't cooked any in a while, so do that. And I've got kind of a little Asian flair I want to do to one.
Oh,
so
yeah. I liked it. You have before cooked it just like you would a pork butt or something.
Yeah.
Take it through the process to make pork belly pulled pork.
I've been seeing a lot of people cook them brisket style and slice them. So you don't cook it as far.
What do you mean you don't cook it as far? How far?
I imagine it still goes up to like 190.
Okay.
But you're not taking it to where it just all the fat's liquid.
Yeah.
So it'll still slice and have some texture. It's still, that would be really good. It looks good. I've seen people do it on TikTok.
I'm very interested in this.
You can't go wrong with pork belly.
Yeah. So would you wrap it at any point?
The brisket ones, they're just rolling.
They're just rolling.
Yeah, you don't have to wrap them.
About like you did the tri-tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I wrapped it in butcher paper. I guess you could wrap that pork belly in butcher paper too. Halfway.
Yeah, you did wrap it.
But it's got so much fat and moisture in it. You're trying to render it. Just put it on there and let it roll. So usually what I do,
you don't need to wrap it because it already has so much. Yeah, that makes sense.
But if I'm doing like pork belly burn-ins or something like that, I cube them up and then I put them in a sauce and kind of cover them half, after I get some bark on them.
Yeah.
But, and that's probably what I would,
what direction
experiment with it and see.
Do you think grocery stores are getting more unique out of the box stuff, or do you think you just got lucky?
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of different stuff. I think they're playing with packaging than what they have. And the one thing I'm seeing a lot of, it seems like in Kroger, is seasoned stuff. like preseason stuff. Like they had a whole thing of different kind of carne asada ready to go, already marinated, ready for the grill. They had, different seasonings. They had some chimichurri stuff in there.
When you say carne asada, was it already like cut?
It's already cut up and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's coming prepackaged. I
marinated.
imagine it's coming prepackaged. I don't see them doing that in the back. But I'm seeing, and tri-tips are showing up, but they're already in a bag and seasoned and everything. So the one thing, like that shaved meat, like the pork, for Philly cheesesteaks, you can find beef, pork, and chicken like that now, and that wasn't always the case in our stores.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's different stuff. You're seeing some of the Wagyu show up. A lot of different, turkey and chicken products. So,
Yeah.
So maybe
Maybe they are trying to diversify.
maybe our Kroger's just getting some good stuff. I'd like to see some of the different cuts. I'd love seeing that.
Heck yeah.
Something that's,
Well,
start seeing more skirt steak and Denver steaks and things like that,
I remember the first time you wanted to cook a tri-tip. I mean, it's been years ago. It might be 15 years ago.
Yeah, nobody knew what they were in the Mid-South.
You finally found a butcher who, in like
They sold me a
Collierville.
sirloin tip. That's what it was. It's like, that's the opposite end. It's not the same thing.
But you did end up finding one.
Yeah, out
Somebody
there
did
at
special.
Thomas's, I
Yeah.
think, Meat Market, but it was a Creekstone. And so that's where I started getting them from. The easiest for us is to order from Creekstone Farms until I met Kevin down in Pensacola. Shout out to Kevin. It was his birthday this week.
Yeah, it was.
Happy birthday, Kevin. But, he sent us some good looking stuff from Memphis In May. We did the exotic category, and last year we cooked buffalo, and he has sent some ribeye buffalo chop or, steaks. They look amazing.
They do. They look very marbled, but you can tell it's not beef.
Oh, yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah, like the coloring, you can tell it's not beef.
Yeah, it's almost it looks like wild game.
Yeah, but
The
highly marbled.
deep colored
yeah.
red of it or whatever. But it's marbled up. It's got
Yeah.
some nice looking fat in it.
And the fat has a different color to
Yeah,
it too.
it's kind of yellowy.
Yeah, it is.
Even the marbled flaky stuff that you used to seeing real white and like beef, it's kind of yellowy.
You think that's because it's?
Feels super soft in the package.
Do you think raising it in farms kind of makes it the fat more white, or is it just up to the animal?
It's probably the feed.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's probably the feed that gives it a color. At least that's what a chicken man told me before. It's like you see that yellow chicken fat, it's because differences in the feed, and that's what makes it that color. But I would imagine like this buffalo it's farm raised buffalo, but it's probably all grass fed. I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's usually how they do those, and so it does give it a different color to the look to the fat. I mean, even in beef, you can see the difference in grain fed versus grass fed beef.
Yeah, you can, and that fat does.
Usually,
look
the
like
grass fed beef
grass-fed.
doesn't have as much fat. They're leaner and they don't have the marbling. I like mine finished out on good sweet corn.
Did you check out the community page this week?
I haven't been on Facebook probably as much as I'd like to.
This week?
Facebook as much as I'd like to.
It's been a little
It's been a hectic
crazy
week.
thing, yeah.
Getting ready for Memphis In May and everything.
um
What did I miss?
best thing I saw. They called it beef with bamboo shoots, and they said it had seedless watermelon in it.
Really?
But
That's
it looked like
interesting.
beef and broccoli
Yeah.
served with white rice. It looked really good.
Asian style, I'm guessing.
Yes, Asian style. Yeah.
Oh, that
But it had
sounds good.
seedless watermelon. You couldn't pick it out, but
Wonder what they cook that on.
I don't know. Probably a walker.
So this got a cooker
yeah,
or something?
yeah. I don't know.
I did get an email from Porter Road saying you ordered some pork brisket after last week's podcast, and it's going to be here tomorrow. Or
Oh, really?
today or tomorrow. The email said it's in the process of shipping, so I'm excited about that.
Me too. I had to order a couple extra to get free shipping because it was
Yeah.
going to, end up being about the same.
Yeah. So what'd you spend on 5 pork briskets?
$100.
That's not bad.
I
$20
didn't
bucks.
think
That's
so.
about what I spent on a pork belly. So
Yeah.
at Kroger.
So
That's not bad.
yeah, and that was free shipping. So I figured I'll give one to Mark, or
Yeah.
we'll cook one up here one day or something.
Try 'em.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to try those.
So someone did do a smoked salmon on a Weber kettle. They brined a whole, salmon fillet overnight, smoked it for 2 hours on their Weber kettle. It looked really good. I'm encouraging you to.
To smoke some salmon. Man, it's all about getting fresh fish.
Yeah, I know.
I can get some fresh fish. I'm all about it. I hate cat food. Oftentimes, if I go to Sam's or Costco or somewhere, it turns into cat food for me.
So I got a couple questions for you.
Fire them.
Michael, he wants to know about cooking some of your lemon pepper chicken.
Yeah.
On a gas grill. He's got 4 burners.
You can definitely do that.
Yeah.
You keep 2 of them off, keep you a cool side, get that heat. That's going to stabilize your heat. You might be a little hotter than what I cooked them at, but that's fine.
It'll still get, get it done.
Yeah. Well, actually, you want the high heat. You just don't want direct heat.
Yeah.
So, I would probably do the 2 outers and cook in the inside, keep them rolling, get that heat getting high.
That's a good
and
idea.
even if you got a top rack in your gas, a lot of those gas grills have a top rack, you can put them up there too. But you just got to get that heat high. This is no problem.
Do some of those gas grills have any sort of convection or air movement?
I'm sure there are some of those high dollar ones.
But your average one won't have that.
Yeah.
So Kyle wanted to know if anybody's ever done an onion soup mix burger. So he takes, for each pound of ground beef, he gets a tablespoon of Worcestershire, a packet of onion soup mix, and some mayo. He says it makes great burgers.
Have you never done that?
That's what he was asking. He thought everybody did that.
Yeah. That's a secret. They've been giving that one out. That lifted onion soup mix goes in anything, beef or something like that.
Yeah.
The Worcestershire
I
mayo.
put it in meatloaf.
I've put mayo and mayonnaise in burgers before. It makes a lean hamburger have some fat to it.
Yeah.
Works great. That's a Mark Williams trick. He likes that.
Throwing the mayonnaise in there.
Yeah, but it does work. It does work, and you never know it.
Yeah.
It just adds a fat to it, some oil. It makes a juicy burger. The Lipton onion soup mix just gives it flavor.
And you get them little dehydrated onions mixed in.
Yep. That's all day, brother.
He said the only disadvantage he can see is if you
overwork it.
You have to overwork it.
Yeah. That's the one thing with burgers. You'll get to a point where it turns into a texture like a meatloaf if you overwork, ground chuck or ground beef to do it in burger form. So what I typically do is just put it in there and loosely work it in, and then just kind of patty it out, section it out, and then put it in a little burger press just to form it back and not work it too much.
If you let it sit, it doesn't matter once you've overworked it.
Yeah, once it's packed and tight, it just gets that weird texture.
And Lisa put up a picture of some Peruvian chicken with a Donna sauce, which she said is also, AKA, a jalapeno white sauce with a white cilantro sauce and queso.
So Peruvian chicken, is that where it's marinated? It's like a real heavy red marinade on chicken?
It's basically a lemon pepper marinade. And when I mean lemon pepper, I mean
peppers,
lemons,
and citrus, lemon citrus,
or a yellow
juice?
Pepper, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, is it yellow looking or is it orange looking?
It's orange looking.
Okay.
So it's a citrusy, peppery.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I've heard of Peruvian chicken, but I've never cooked it.
You marinate it for 24 hours. Yeah. She used it and then she smoked it for 1.5 hours.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good little recipe to try out.
Heck
delicious.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all you got. That's all that's in the community.
We are doing a giveaway in the community.
That's right. That goes back. We're giving away a $100 gift card to the butcher shop in Pensacola, one of my favorite butcher shops in the United States. I guess in the world. I've never been to any of the other countries.
Out of all the ones Malcolm's.
It's only for the community. And what we're doing is you're going to be submitting pictures of ribs that you cook, basically. And we're going to pick out the top one and get a gift card, right, Tyler?
Yep.
Is that how it's working?
Yep. So you guys Malcolm's
going to
post.
vote on it, right? Or share it, or how are we going to do that?
Yeah, so it'll be pinned to the top. So if you go to the Let's Get to Cooking community on Facebook, you'll see a post by Malcolm up there that he's just explaining everything. There's going to be a couple of pictures of ribs, and then you go down to the comment section and you post a picture of your it could be anything. Like anytime you cooked a rib.
Of the best rib.
And it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you want people to go like your stuff. So say you wanted to invite your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, everybody down to go vote for you. And then everybody kind of votes on each other's stuff. And then whoever has the most likes at the end, I believe it's Friday, it's next Friday, May 11th.
Oh, wow. That's pretty quick. Is it started already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Starting to get rib pick show up?
May 13th. So whoever has the most likes.
Beware.
I have a question.
I have to say this. I don't know why, but every time we try to do something, we give something away, there's all these fake accounts start popping up.
That's when we're doing it in the community.
So,
we're hoping.
Yeah, so if you start getting some fake stuff,
somebody asks for your credit card.
Yeah, it's not us.
We never go.
We don't send out friend requests. We don't do any of that stuff. So if you see any of that, it's not us.
So I have a question. We're saying it's the best rib you've ever cooked. Are we taking beef
No,
ribs?
it could be any
lamb ribs.
It could be any rib. I don't know if it's had to be the best. It's just got to be a good picture of your ribs you cook, right?
So any ribs will work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I don't know if they're the best ribs or not. It's most photogenic ribs.
Yeah.
Something that makes your mouth water when you look at it.
They might taste like.
I mean, could you put your wife in like a hot bikini and she's holding a rack of ribs and not get a bunch of votes?
I don't see why not. It seems to be how we win every contest around here.
Tyler's getting ideas.
He's over there blushing.
It just reminded me of something of yesterday. So.
And we got Memphis in May coming up.
Yep, that's what we're getting ready for. Load in is Saturday. We've got our designated time, which I don't know how that's going to work. We're going to figure it out. But
we always figure it out.
We always figure it out. But then I guess the contest kind of starts Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's the first day it's open to the public. Thursdays we'll have all 3 sauces. We got to do vinegar, tomato, mustard sauce. It means I get to make a mustard sauce. I haven't made one in a while. And then
turkey.
The
hot wings those are all
Thursday. Wings
Thursday.
is all Thursday, and then Friday it's going to be
beef, exotic, seafood, chicken.
Okay, 4 categories on Friday, and then the main ribs on Saturday. No, that's it, I think.
Okay. It's basically Memphis builds like a little city for a week.
Tent city.
And we get our own little house. We basically go out there and
hang out.
Yeah, construct a house. We got tents.
Sweat this year.
And sweat, yeah.
The barbecue verse.
I'm not complaining. It's gonna be dry. You're gonna have to worry about mud or dust or dirt. So it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, we got Memphis in May coming up, and
have you seen how they're gonna do the gates or parking or anything like that? That's the one thing I haven't seen.
I have no clue.
I heard something they were only talking about doing one gate, and it was coming off Central. And so I mean there was one gate there last year, but they also had another gate that dumped out on Parkway, and it made it easier to get in and out. But this year I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't know, it was up in the air. They're trying to get people to write in and complain that they need to. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. They were trying to get the teams
the city
to
yeah. It's another gate for them to patrol. But
yeah.
It does make it easier for parking because if you only got parking on one side, you got to go way around to try to get to an entrance when you could come in. And there's options to park on that central side. I mean, on that Parkway side too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
What days are the bands? I know we already talked about Little Ozzy's going to be there Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tone Loke's playing Saturday.
Tone Loke's closing it out.
I know.
Spin Doctors
are Friday.
Friday, you going to go see them?
My 18-year-old self would have been so excited
to
go see the Spin Doctors.
You still a member of the fan club?
Maybe.
I've got a friend who was I don't know if he was one of the first members, but he was an early one.
And he'd still kept up his membership.
Yeah, he kept his membership. It's like, man, I didn't know there was such thing. I guess there is.
He got
joined the Little Ozzy fan club. I just want to know if he's going to bite the heads off little bats.
No, please.
Oh, they have sauce wrestling.
Oh yeah, there's a sauce wrestling. I'm sure they
could have signed up for
hog,
that.
The Big Pig Run. Are they still doing that?
I didn't see.
They always did it on
the,
Bill Street.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they're
see
gonna
anything
have
about the Big Hog Run.
They should have had it like on the football field out at the Liberty Bowl. They could have had a 10-yard dash or something.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. They're also having the Miss Piggy Idol contest. They do that every year.
That was always a fun one. Yeah,
Cheyenne asked me, she said, what's that? And I was like, I'm going to have to send you some pictures. I'm going to have to send you a video. Basically, teams come up with skits, and they're usually really outrageous and crazy, and they get up there and perform them.
And they vote on the best one. They have a T-shirt contest, too.
Best booth contest?
Yep. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
In Memphis. Y'all come out.
What booth? Do y'all know what booth number we're at?
Ribs. Been ribs.
I think we're H47.
That's right, Jill. Sounds right.
What's the opposite end of the part we're on?
Well, what else we got going on, Shell?
That's it. We're fixing to go.
It's
mix
time to
up
go
my
mix
margarita.
margaritas, get the nachos hot, nacho cheese machine going. And we're going to be done for the week, right?
Yep.
We got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was trying to, I'd like to ride this Cinco de Mayo thing out.
We don't have a lot scheduled.
We don't have a lot, yeah, because we got to load the trailers and all that stuff. So it's going to be a fun week, and we appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Tyler, is there anything you want to add in?
No, guys, just make sure you go check out that rib contest. Make sure you guys subscribe to this How to Barbecue Right podcast YouTube channel, and you'll get notifications when we do post new videos. And we also have podcast clips if you like to digest this in a shorter form content. So,
if you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell.
Hey, well, appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. We're gonna be back next week for Memphis in May.
Yes, we're gonna film on Tuesday.
Okay,
We normally
so
film
it's
on
gonna be an
Thursday,
early
but-
podcast. We're gonna jump back in here and do one. So we do have something to release next week. So we appreciate y'all listening, taking time out of your day to hang out with us, and we will see y'all next time. We gone.